Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the series between the Dallas Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights. This series is heating up to probably be one of, if not the best series right now in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We have the Western Conference sort of champion Dallas Stars taking on the Vegas Golden Knights. And the first two games in Dallas did not go the way of the Stars. Kind of surprising. The Vegas Golden Knights took care of business, winning the first two games. And, you kind of figured going back to the Fortress in Vegas, that Vegas had all the momentum going back to home ice, one of the most difficult places to win on the road. So Dallas really had a hill to climb up. But man, they're making me feel good right now because I do have the Dallas Stars winning the Stanley Cup, and they were just able to steal two games in Vegas, so now they have home ice advantage back for Game 5. Can they take advantage of it? I think this is going to be the biggest game of the series. We're going to take a look at the last two games in Vegas in today's video. So why are the Dallas Stars finding success? Well, kind of going to sit here and say I was right, but it's not that hard to figure out. What were the keys for the Dallas Stars to come back in this series? Otter had to be on his game and giving up less goals early in the game to feel like Dallas wasn't always chasing the game. They did that in these two games. Wyatt Johnston, he's playing real well. He's got a couple goals the last couple games, right? He got the game winner in Game 3, and he got a pair of goals in Game 3, actually, and he scored again in Game 4. So Wyatt Johnston, hello, baby. He's getting on the board. He's playing well. We're seeing depth scoring, which is huge for this team. We're finally seeing the depth goals coming for the Dallas Stars at the right time. And that's kind of evident with how they've been playing here. So I'm going to go back to Game 3 first before we go to Game 4. But it's been really impressive seeing how the Dallas Stars have been able to regroup and kind of take themselves back into this series. And what, like I said, maybe kind of saying Wyatt Johnston's name in the mirror a couple times and magically he starts scoring. Well, there you go. Game 3, just over halfway through the first period, Johnston gets his first of the playoffs. Miro Heiskanen gets on the board, tying the game at 2. Then you see a couple goals from Vegas, right? McNabb and Eichel, and then, of course, Wyatt Johnston with the OTGWG to put Dallas back in this series. So that was definitely a momentum builder, right? You see Miro getting on the board. You see Wyatt Johnston, who was, I think, their second leading goal scorer behind Jason Robertson during the season. He comes in, gets a huge goal for the Dallas Stars. And then we get to Game 4. And a little bit of resilience here for the Dallas Stars because, kind of like in Game 2 where they gave up a 2-0 lead, in this game, things were not easy for them. Mikey Amadio gets on the board. Dadonov gets on the board, so it's nice to see him put in a goal there. So we're tied at 1 after 1. And then Jack Eichel, again, he's becoming a problem in this series. That's his third of the series. And Wyatt Johnston again. So despite Dallas playing a pretty good game, they're down 2-1 early in the second. Wyatt Johnston on the power play gets a massive goal, puts Dallas back in this game, and then some more depth scoring for Dallas as Ty Dellandrea gets a massive goal before the end of the second period. And that is a theme I'm seeing in a lot of these games. If somebody's able to break that score before the end of the second period, that ends up being a massive goal. And that's a massive one here, and I think we're going to look back at the end of this series, looking at, as crazy as it sounds, the Ty Dellandrea goal potentially being the real momentum-shifting goal in this series. As much as it was a big goal for Wyatt Johnston in overtime in Game 3, Game 4 is kind of the, all right, well, if they're still down 3-1 going back to Dallas, as much as that Game 3 was big, they needed Game 4 as well. And Ty Dellandrea's goal ended up being a massive goal and the game winner at the end of Game 4. Roope Hintz gets a goal. Yes, it's an empty netter, but it's good to see him get on the board. And the Dallas Stars now heading back to Dallas, back to the AAC with a 2-2 series. In all honesty, I think whoever wins Game 5 wins this series. And it's going to have to be for the Dallas Stars. They're going to have to be the first team in this series to win at home, which isn't typically how it goes here. But for the Vegas Golden Knights, they're thinking, hey, listen, home ice advantage clearly doesn't matter in this series. Let's just figure out a way to do what we did right the first two games. Getting that early goal and finding a way to keep those top guys for Dallas off the board. Because the reliable scoring is coming from Wyatt Johnston, Jason Robertson, keep those guys off the board. And if another goal from Ty Dellandrea or Dadonov goes in, that's not going to hurt us because we could get 3 or 4 goals from Mark Stone, Marchessault, and the rest of the group there, and Eichel, well, it won't matter, right? If they get 1 or 2 lucky goals, as long as we get more, if we get 3 or 4, well, we're going to win the game. And that's kind of how they were able to win the first 2 games of this series. Really, really good series, and we're starting to see Jake Oettinger really turn it up a notch. I'm really interested to see how him and Hill battle it out the rest of this series. I think these are the 2 best goalies right now in the playoffs, in a series together. I was hoping we would see it from Thatcher Demko and Juuse Saros. Obviously Demko's not playing. Saros isn't even playing his best for the Predators. And then I was kind of hoping something similar would be going on between Georgiev and Hellebuck in the Colorado-Winnipeg series. And it seems like the bridges are completely wide open. The dams are broke in that series. It's a free game. It seems like everybody's getting goals in that series. So the most kind of defensive matchup we're seeing right now in the West is this series. And as good as the goaltending has been in the LA-Edmonton series, I really like what I've seen from Hill and Oettinger, and I think that is the team to watch for. Whoever comes out of this series is probably going to the Western Conference Final, in my opinion. As much as I think, give respect to Colorado, they're up 3-1 on the Jets. I honestly think whoever wins this series between Dallas and Vegas is probably going to the Cup Final, at the very least, the Western Conference Final. But I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I want to know what you guys think, because I think overall, I think Dallas will win this series still. But like I said, I think they're going to win this series based off of winning Game 5. Maybe they lose Game 6 in Vegas. So both of the teams split home ice in Game 5 and 6, right? They each win their games at home. And then Game 7, we see the Dallas Stars ultimately come out on top. I think this is a really great series. I'm praying that this goes to 7 because both of these teams are so good. And I got to be honest with you, whoever comes out of the West, I'm really having a hard time with this because I like both of these teams. I picked Dallas to win the Cup, but I love Vegas. As much as people hate Vegas, I love the Golden Knights. I wouldn't mind seeing them win another Stanley Cup in all honesty. And whoever comes out of this series is going to be the team I go with in the West. So we'll see how things go. Let me know what you guys think down below. Who is going to ultimately win this series? How many games is someone going to win this series in 6? Do you think it's going to take 7? Let me know down below. Also, our new merch drop for the summer, my summer collection, just dropped this morning. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, the links to that are in the description down below. And again, links in the description down below. If you would like to become a member of the channel, it's a monthly subscription to help support the channel, keep the lights on. All of that stuff is very much appreciated. I love you guys very much. Thank you for all the support. The last video I did with the Dallas Vegas Golden Knights, you guys really showed up. Listen, anybody that says Dallas isn't a hockey market is wrong. The Dallas Stars fans showed up for that video, and so did the Golden Knight fans. Again, they said Vegas and Dallas could never be hockey markets. Bunch of BS with my numbers because you guys are the best. You guys are watching videos, and I really appreciate that. Even the playoff preview video with Dallas and Vegas, awesome stuff, guys. So I really appreciate the support. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and I appreciate the support as always. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you again next time. Peace out, guys.